Hello there, Jofinator here. Episode 5 of the FTB play. You can see the house is finally starting to take shape. Today's episode we're going to be actually doing the furnace room. I've said it 3 times I think now, and this time we're going to be doing it. We're also going to get some chests sorted out, and I think, or what I said we were going to do last episode at least, was go over the mods that I have installed. It's a very long list, so you better sit tight and, get ready for the ride. Before we get into that though, I'd like to apologize over last episode. I was a little bit tired at the time, and I was a little bit slow in my talking and wasn't very vibrant, and I hope that can change that for this episode. So let's get to it, I guess. The first mod, obviously, that I would have installed is Forge, and I can't show you anything with Forge because, well, Forge is the thing that loads all the mods. You have to have it installed to play with any sort of mod in the game unless you're using some sort of modded server. And right below that is Chicken Bones Chicken Core, or NEI. And NEI is this thing that I can type into. It's got all these options. I can turn it on, I can turn it off, I can hide it. NEI just lets me scroll through the items of the game. Then we've got Raise Minimap, which is that square in the top right there. If I open up the menu for the Raise Minimap, I've got all the types of things I can do. I can set a waypoint in the world. Let's add one. Home. Then we back out, and bam, we've got a home waypoint. It's minimap, you can zoom in. You can do all sorts of things. You can see the house on the map. We've also got advanced machines, which are, if we type in a furnace here, we go furnace to iron furnace, then to the electric furnace, but the advanced machine of an electric furnace is the induction furnace, so you can upgrade regular mod items to advanced mod items. I also think advanced machines goes into other things that I haven't quite learned yet, but that's what I know it as. We've also got Buildcraft, which are these pipes right here. All these fancy things. So you use these pipes to transport items, power, liquid, those kinds of things. And they also have these engines right here. All funky, these little engines you have to build. They pump power, help you move items and whatnot. We've also got Computercraft, which I showed you last episode, which is just these things. We type into them, create codes that send red pulses and make items move and pipes work and whatnot. What else have we got here? We've got Ender Storage, which allows us to have items in multiple dimensions in every chest. So we take our Ender chest here. Where is it? Right there. Ender chest. You basically color code the top. There's 3 slots. I'll show you that later on in the series. And as long as you put an item in this one, it will have a sister Ender chest that you get. And you put that somewhere else. You can put it in any dimension. You can put it in the end, the nether, your own Mistcraft age, and you can grab items out of it that you placed in here prior to. We've also got beekeeping and extra bees. So you can see there's beeswax and raw beef. Oh, not raw beef. Beeswax and the beealyzer and all that kind of funky stuff. We got honeycombs. What else is there? Beekeeping is used as part of forestry. Forestry is a mod I have as well installed, and what does forestry add here? I think it adds a thermionic fabricator, and forestry is based on using the world around you and the resources that are actually out in the forest for more than just gathering wood. We've also got extra biomes, so this right here, you probably could tell from the very start, is an extra biome. It's let's see, if we go into it, go stand on one of these red blocks and we open up this thing. It is a mountain ridge. So then we got savanna here. So we got all these extra biomes that aren't naturally in the game, and if we go over into that forest, it would tell us what kind of forest it was. And they add all custom items, which is where this red cobblestone comes from. We've got factorization, which adds barrels and whatnot. Just makes it so that you can build giant factories, which is why it's called factorization. Barrels store massive amounts of items as if you were in like some sort of factory where everything's stacked in barrels. I'm going to get into that because it's one of the mods I'm really interested in. And we'll have a giant factory somewhere off in the distance probably, holding all my items where I have to request and whatnot. We've got this thing called Greg Tech. I don't think there's any items that you can look up for Greg Tech just yet. I think most of it's for creative mode use only. But some of it adds a chest that is infinite storage, or a block that edits other blocks and all that kind of stuff. And it allows you to add certain functions to certain blocks. I don't really understand it all that much. And we've also got Industrial Craft, which is what I was talking about last episode of doing, which is what the furnace room is, which is the macerator and the furnace and the generator, geothermal generator, and it's also the bat box and the batteries and all that kind of stuff. It's basically all the power of what a house would have in a game. In Minecraft, at least. We've got inventory tweaks, which is the thing where if I have items in my inventory, so let me go grab a few. So I grab, say, a few pickaxes, and I put a pickaxe there and there and there. If I middle click of my mouse, it'll sort it for me. And also, if I go like this, this, and this, and I press the letter R, it'll sort it as well. Same with up here. I've got these options. Press Z. I can sort it as in any way I like to. Put my items back, sort it again. Alright, we've also got, what does it say here? Iron chests, which are chests that are upgraded, which I'm going to get into this episode. Iron chests, and it's not just the iron type, are greater storage. So we've got the iron, gold, diamond, copper, silver, and crystal. The diamond holds the most, obviously. It holds, I think, 5 times as much inventory as a regular chest. And then from each of these, it adds pretty much 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar, 5. And that's why it adds it. Sorry, that's why it equals 5 times as much. We've got advanced solars, so solar panels. I'm going to show you here. These are regular, these are industrial craft. So just a regular solar panel. But these right here, advanced, hybrid, and ultimate hybrid, they are advanced solars, and that's a whole new mod. And this is something we're going to get into later on. I have no idea what this is, to be totally honest with you. So, this is a new version of the solar panel. It used to be much easier than this. What else have we got? We got the Gravity Suit, probably the one I'm most interested in. Gravity Suit. This gravity chest plate here lets me fly around the world. It's pretty awesome, but it's really expensive. I've never made any of the items that you see here. Any of them, except for maybe the HV Transformer. They might have changed. Yeah, they changed the HV Transformer recipe, so I've never made this. It's got like engines and all these different cooling cores. I mean, I've never seen any of this stuff, so we're going to get into that later on. We've got the modular force field system, which is all this fancy stuff, which lets you build force fields in the world. So if I wanted to place a nuclear reactor or a nuclear bomb, I could, and then I could put a force field around it with specialty items and have it block any kind of energy from coming in or out, or people coming in, and that kind of thing. I don't know how far we'll get into that. We will get into it, but I'm not sure how far. And we've also got Mistcraft, which is the books that I showed you the last episode. So we've got the descriptive books and the linking books, and that lets you transport into other worlds and, discover things there that aren't naturally in this world. So, lightning effects and, I'm not going to say monsters, but definitely other types of items and biomes and funky effects in the atmosphere. We've also got this thing called obsidian pressure plates, and I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's pressure plates, unless that's it, unless that itself is it, which I doubt it. I wouldn't think that'd be a mod, but that might be it. Who knows? We'll have to see. I'll do more research and I'll talk about it in another episode later on in the series when we're trying to figure it out. We've also got the portal gun. The much loved portal gun. I'm going to get that as soon as possible. The portal gun lets you, if you've ever played Portal 2, you shoot a portal here and you shoot a portal here, and then you can walk through it and end up over here. It's just as simple as that. It's really, really convenient. We've got Railcraft, which gives us tracks and whatnot, all these fancy little tracks here. That is one of the ones we will get heavily into. Railcraft is one of my favorite mods, and with this new other mod called Steve's Cart, which is the next one. So if we go get a hull, Steve's Carts lets us build any type we want of the rail carts. I think it's called the cart manager. Or is it the assembler? I think it's the assembler. Yeah, that's it. The cart assembler lets us build any kind of rail cart we can imagine. We can create a super fast one that mines for us, all those kinds of things. We've also got thermal expansion, which is, oh goodness, I don't even know what they're called. I know it's slag furnace is one of them. Oh, that's not it. Furnace heater, there it is. One of these things, insulated coils, lead. Oh, that's what lead's used for. Okay. So now we know, guess what lead's used for, everybody. You use these to power these new types of furnaces and macerators, and they're convenient because they can be placed beside each other and the inventory is automatically empty into the next one. So you can make a large chain of just macerating and smelting and whatnot. And the final one is Twilight Forest, and I have no idea what that is, so that's going to be one of those. It might be that, I don't know. You might go into a forest and turn into a weirdly, sorry about this, but weirdly non-straight vampire of some sort that isn't very awesome, and just a really bad movie, you know, one of those kind of Twilight Forests. Who knows? I'm gonna go to bed here. That's a conclusion of every single mod I have installed at the moment. There will be more on the way, like Thaumcraft, which adds research and magic to the game. Red Power, which is the ability to have a sorting system that's completely functional and not ridiculous. And I believe there's another one, but I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna grab my items here. Today, I'm just gonna go do a bunch of mining because I need to get a whole bunch of resources here before anything goes any further. So I'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, I just found a rare item. I figured I'd show you guys while I'm down here. I've been mining a little bit, got quite a few resources, but found some diamonds, so I'm gonna grab those. Perfect. Alright, I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, I am back. The Jopinator is back. I just did about 3 hours worth of mining, and you can see here quite a bit of rare items. I've just smelted most of them down. Spent about an hour doing that with these furnaces, but I figured it'd be useful. And I got a lot of cobblestone. So I think what we're going to do first, we're going to upgrade all our chests, and we're going to go put them upstairs. So let's grab all our chests. Going to need a few more signs. Alright. Alrighty. With a stick. Perfect. Perfect amount. So we're going to grab a bunch of iron here. Let's grab 64 pieces. So what I'm about to do is go into the iron chest mod, and that's what I said I would be doing this episode, and that's what I want to do first. And what we're going to be doing is just making straight up an iron chest. We could go with copper first, but I prefer the iron one. It's just faster and you skip an entire step, and you don't waste the copper. So we press R in NEI on the iron chest. You can see that we just need a chest and 8 pieces of iron. Luckily I've got a ton, so I'm going to take this in the center and just get 4 of them. So let's go place them up in the top, and then we're going to carry all the items upstairs. Also, I changed the stairwell so that there's no big blocks in the way, so it's not choppy. I figured that might have annoyed quite a few of you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not good. I'll have to make a 9th one, or just skip the middle or something. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we'll put all the big stuff over here, so like mod items. So that's what this one will be. Mod item. Oh, fail. Put building materials in this one. Put ingots here. And then right here we'll put rare items. Alright. And then over here we'll put miscellaneous junk. Why did I call that junk? I should just call it items. Oh well. We'll put what's the other one that I've done there? Hang on. We'll get into it in a sec. I just gotta grab those items. Alright. So let's clear out Actually, you know what? I might just do this off camera. So, guys, I will be right back. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Clearly sorted out the room. I've rearranged this room as well. And I've put basically a wieldable area chest for just the stuff I use when I just leave out and go out into the world. Now we're going to go upstairs and see what I did for the sorting. I changed around the chests a little bit, and I added a few for my crafting table here, and I added a chest in the middle, and I upgraded the rest of them. So we've got rare items, ingots, fuels, mod items, so the iron furnace, wooden materials, miscellaneous junk, building materials, railcraft, which is one of the big ones I'm going to get into, as well as mistcraft, which is another big one. And then for the next room I'm going to build, which is the the smelting room, we've got this. So, we got a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, not big enough. We got basically a big episode ahead of us. Now we've got to get into the meat and potatoes of the episode where we go into industrial craft. And I'm going to build a room for it. And I want to do a little bit of that on camera so you guys can see. I got a comment recently in, I think, the last episode that said, hey, just try and cut out most of the mining on camera. And I'm going to try and cut down a little bit, and you guys can tell me how that turned out for this episode. If I cut out too much, I'd like to know. Make sure you comment that, because there's nothing worse than destroying the episode entirely. So I think I'm going to put a doorway here. That seems alright. There we go. And now we're going to build a nice room out here. Let's go grab a bunch of the cobblestone I had. Alrighty. Here we go. This is a good chance to show you just how well inventory tweaks is. So you can see I've only got 32, and if I middle click up here, fills my hotbar. Convenient, right? So that's inventory tweaks in a nutshell. Alright, so let's start building. Perfect, alright. Let's go. Gotta start getting rid of these trees. So we got we got middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's no good. How did I mess that up? I should put a 6th one over here. Did I miscount? Nope. Alright, we'll just add a 6th one over here. Is that too big? Probably. Well, I don't know why that would be on. Maybe my brother came down and played a little bit of Minecraft. Let's shorten this room up. We don't need it to be that big. That's ridiculous. Alright, so let's start getting rid of some of this cobblestone. That's what happens, right? When you don't plan things out, you make mistakes and you look like a fool when you're going back on your stuff, I suppose. Alrighty, so we're going to cut back a little bit here. Let's look from out here. If we're looking in, probably about there, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. It's gonna be a 9x9 house, I guess. Okay. Well, nothing against it, I guess. I got a couple starting to hear what I'm doing. That's 4. Perfect. Alright. So once I get this floor laid down, I'll go do the rest off camera so you guys don't get bored with watching me just build room after room after room. And then I'll come back with the room finished and we'll start on industrial craft. So let's just get this finished. I might actually make this room bigger. Longer, really, not bigger. I want to smelting room that's kind of lopsided, so the focus is totally on the inside of the room and not the shape of it. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that's pretty big. I don't know. Let's see. So we're just doing our own thing, getting our items ready to go make a new build, come out here to smelt it. Alright, yeah, I like it. Okay guys, I will be right back after I'm done building this, and then we will get into industrial craft. Alrighty guys, we are back. Sorry for that lag there. We are back. We're about to go do this industrial craft thing. Oh, it's been a long process. I'll show you the room. Got it all finished here. I did a little bit more off on the side. I went and started planting trees and stuff. But there is one thing I want to show you guys. It's one item. Gotta grab 5 of these. 5 oak wood planks. And we're gonna make a tree tap, and this is to get rubber out of rubber trees, and we're gonna go plant one of those as well. And we go just like this. It gives us the tree tap. You can see it kind of looks like that shape. We'll grab that and I'll go show you how it works. We're going to go grab one of these. One's of these rubber trees. Put it here. I'm going to go over to my tree farm that I've started building. I'm doing this, yeah, I'm leaving it floating. I'm doing this off camera just because I don't want to bore you guys with the small stuff when I've only got about 20 minutes or so. This one's a little bit longer because it's the final of the first 5 of the trial I wanted to do. So, with 20 minutes, I don't really want to waste time, walking around or planting items. I just want it to kind of happen and go from there. So this plant will grow into a tree that looks kind of like this, but with the leaves. And if I take this tree tap and I find that these yellow spots in it, and I right-click, I get this thing called a sticky resin. Okay, so we're gonna get a bunch of sticky resin here. Alrighty, a little bit more. Alright, let's go back to the house with the sticky resin, and we'll put it in the furnace and see what we get. Go on upstairs. Let's grab out our 2 furnaces, place them in the room, throw all those. I'm going to show you this too as well. I need another item before I can start building, so I figured I'd show you. I need refined iron. So to get refined iron, just like that, you just put an iron ingot into a furnace and smelt it, and you get refined iron. So we'll do that right now. I need a piece of that, and we need a bunch of sticky resin. So I think I also have a bunch in here. So we're going to get that cooking, just like that. Going to need a lot more coal, so. Alright. Well, that's working up. We'll grab the rest of our items and get ready to finish off this episode. Alright, so there's our refined iron. Perfect. Getting some rubber. Don't need these. Don't need this anymore. So I'm going to clear my inventory, and I'll be right back. And then we'll go from there, I guess. Alrighty guys, back again. And it's time to get started on our builds. I've got a bunch of items in my inventory. The rubber's still cooking. It's taking quite a while. I've moved it so we can start building here. So yeah. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need to make for this industrial craft room is something to store energy in. And I've chosen the bat box just because it's the first stage in building and it's the simplest. So what we're going to need is some cable, which I'm going to make right now, which is just 3 iron, or 3 copper, sorry, right in the center, with 6 copper cable around it. And I'm going to make a bunch of that. I'm going to make as much as I can with this. Alright, so I can make 3 of each. So I'm going to grab all that copper cable. Alright. Now what I need to do is I need to take my tin, I need to place it on the outside, and I need to add redstone and a copper cable on top. Now let's type in the bat box before we get into anything too drastic. And I can show you the recipe. So we need copper cable, 3 batteries, and 5 wood planks. So if we go back out, and we do that recipe, so we need 3 obviously. Let's grab some redstone. We need a bunch of copper cable. We get that. We take these 3. We add, so the 3 batteries in the center. We take a copper cable, put on top. And we grab 5 wood. Oh, I can't even use this wood. No good. Let's go see if I've got any other kinds of wood. Don't think I do. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Let's transmute all that right now. Yeah, that's right. Can't hold me back. Alright, let's keep on trucking. So we'll redo it. 5 wood, 1 cable, and where's the batteries? 3 batteries. Alright, we got ourselves a bat box. Perfect. Now, before we go any further, as you can see when I place this down, there's a yellow dot, and that yellow dot allows the power to be transmitted down a line of cable. The problem is if I place this in the wrong direction, say I place it and it's facing the wall, I have no way to turn that cable around. So I can't power it out of this. So what I'm going to need to make is a wrench. So what we're going to make right now is the wrench. I believe it's this one. We just need 6 bronze, and bronze is made by taking 3 copper and 1 tin, and it gives you 4 bronze. So if we do this twice in one recipe, we can just, so we'll do twice, and we get 8 bronze. Take our bronze, and we apply it in a recipe like this. That looks just like a wrench, obviously. And we take it like that, and all of a sudden we can right-click on the bat box, and the dot will move wherever we like. And if we click again after we've moved the box, on the top, it'll dismantle it and guarantee you get the item back. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to place this bat box in the ground here, just like this. And, oh, perfect, it's in the right position. And we're going to run this all the way down. Going to have a hole down here for the cabling. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. So we're going to grab 6 cable and lay that down. Alright. So the industrial craft room is starting to take shape. We've got something to store the power and something to power the machines that we're going to build. Now we're going to build something to power this. And what I'm going to build just for now is the generator. And I'm going to type that in right here for you guys. The generator, right here, takes a furnace, so either iron furnace or regular furnace, a machine block, and a battery. So we've got to make ourselves another battery. Do that right now. Get ourselves a battery. We need a machine block, which is 8 refined iron. Okay. Get a machine block, and then we're just gonna make a furnace here. Everyone knows how to make a furnace. So now we apply this furnace with the machine block and the battery, and we get ourselves a generator. So when I right clicked on the bat box, you notice that it had kind of an interface here, and it says 0 out of 40,000 EU. That means that this thing can hold 40,000 EU, and when we clicked on certain things, we noticed that they gave us 750 EU per item. So if I go to this generator, and you see I've got a bottom slot and a top slot. Well, the bottom slot feeds power to the top slot, which fills this bar. So if I put an item that has EU value in the bottom slot, all of a sudden it starts powering. And you notice how this said 750. Oh, sorry, 750. Well, if I right-click on this, all of a sudden I've got 750 EU. So that's powering now. This now has power. So if I place an item down here that requires power, it will draw out power slowly. So let's build some sort of item that can draw out power. And I think we're going to build an extractor first, because, well, it's probably the most useful, and it's a guaranteed power source. Let's throw a few more of those in. Alright, so let's get an extractor. Alright, so we got ourselves an extractor. An extractor, when you put rubber in it, or water, you get extracted water cells, whatever. You put rubber in it, which is why there's these tree taps here. Before, when I was putting rubber in a furnace, I was only getting 1 rubber per sticky resin. But with the extractor, when I put a sticky resin in, I will get 3 rubber out of it, which is far more efficient. So we're going to need 4 of these tree taps, an electronic circuit, which is refined iron, redstone, and copper cable. And we're also going to need a machine block. So let's build the tree taps first. So we know that's a tree tap. Grab ourselves 4 of those. We also need a machine block, just like that. And we need an electronic circuit, so we need a refined iron right in the center, 2 redstone, and a bunch of copper cable. Perfect. And while I'm here, I'm going to make a bit more copper cable. Hopefully that's enough. Didn't really, I'm not quite sure. Alright, we'll keep on anyway. Let's get ourselves our extractor. Just like so. Just like that. To get ourselves an extractor. Now if we take this extractor and we place it in the line, so we'll place the extractor here, let's say. We notice that it has this bar here, and that's a red power. It's got a red power. So when this is clear, that means there's no power coming in the machine. And now if we go click on this, if we do the math, 750 times 3, we'd have normally 1500 in here. Or we should. Oh, this thing takes, okay, so these things have an internal storage. So it should be 15, yeah, it should be far bigger than that. I put 3 in here, did I not? Huh. This thing must have a huge internal storage. Anyway, you'll notice that it went down quite a bit. So if I place, oh, I don't have any sticky resin in here. Do I have any left? Okay, I can't even show you guys. Maybe if we grab ourselves the, no, I'll show you guys in a minute. Let's keep on building. Let's get ourselves a macerator now. Macerators, so if you see here, when you put ores into them, they give you 2 dust per ore. And when you put the dust in a furnace, you get per dust 1 ingot. So that makes mine twice as efficient. So if I put, say, I'm going to grab one of these, I'm going to take this iron ore. Normally, okay, wait, 2 of these. So normally if I put 1 gold ore in there, I'd only get 1 gold ingot. So let's build our extractor real quick. You notice that, or our macerator, sorry. We need a machine block, we made one of those already. An electronic circuit, made one of those already. 3 flint and 2 cobblestone. So let's make an electronic circuit first. So once again, the refined iron, 2 redstone, and 6 cable. Get ourselves the circuit. Now we make it a machine block, just like so. We place the flint on the top, 2 cobblestone, electronic circuit, and machine block, and we got ourselves a macerator. So let's go place the macerator down, and I think we're going to place the macerators right there. So we got ourselves a macerator. So let's place the gold ore in there. So we got ourselves 1 gold ingot. Alright, sweet, thank you. Now if we go over here, we'll get 1 dust, or does it give you 2? It gives you 2 dust right off the bat. 1 second. Well, we're just going to wait a sec while it gets it out. So now we got our 2 gold dust. If we go take these gold dust, and you notice that red bar is starting to come down. That means that the internal storage of the bat box is finally gone empty. So let's open that up and check. See, it's only got 10 in there. So this is still full, but this is starting to drain out. So now if we take our gold dust and we put it in here, we get 1 ingot per dust, which is twice as efficient as if we were to just throw it in a furnace. Awesome. Alright. The next item we're going to make is the electronic furnace. And I showed you this before. Or the electric furnace, sorry. We need an electronic circuit, an iron furnace, which is this recipe. I've already done it twice now. And I've already got one in here, so I made it twice as fast. And we need some redstone. So we'll build another circuit. Just like so. Throw it on top, put our iron furnace, and 2 redstone, and we get the electric furnace. Perfect. And this is going to go right there. There's no power in there, so we're going to grab, I think, a bit of this coal. 15 times 4,000. So whatever that is, we're going to get in energy. So this is going to start powering like crazy. Giving all the power to the machines. And now we got our both, see, 2 gold ingots per dust. So that's good. Per 2 dust, sorry. Which is twice as efficient, like I said. So we've built a macerator, we built a furnace, and we built an extractor. Let's build one more machine called the compressor. The compressor is literally how it sounds. You squeeze items into a denser form, which is like ingots or stone. What else can you put in there? Air tanks, I'm fairly certain. I'll show you when we get into it. So we need a machine block, electronic circuit, and 6 smooth stones. Let's build one more circuit. We're finally done with these circuits. Just like so. Need our machine block. Perfect. And our smooth stone. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's throw this at the end here. It'll start to get powered. And we've got ourselves a compressor. So we've built 4 machines here, and in between this episode and next I'm going to place another one. Another macerator here. I don't have anything in there. And another furnace here. And we're going to let this power up overnight. And by tomorrow's episode that'll be full, and I will have a bunch of ores to show you guys just how this works. So let's grab, say, the rest of my copper. Let's throw the copper in here just for now. Get ourselves a bunch more copper ore. One of the things I did want to mention, I got quite a few comments, and I said I would post about them just as the sun's going down. What a beautiful, beautiful view. In the last few episodes, I've had people say, "Hey, Joefinator, I noticed that your guy looks just like Link." And if we zoom out, you can see I've got the Master Sword on my back. I've got what looks to be a tunic on. So, yes, I am Link from The Legend of Zelda. And I prefer to be known as The Legend of Zelda, The Ocarina of Time Link. I don't really go crazy about the other Legend of Zeldas, but that one drives me up the wall with love. So, yes, I look like Link. Another thing, there was a joke about how Minecraft modding is all about dog memorials. In a prior server with a couple of friends, one of my friends, Pokeroach, who I've talked about before in this series, he had a pet dog, and he was wandering around, and, well, as dogs are stupid in this game, the dog got killed by a creeper explosion. So he built a memorial for the dog, and we figured, oh, that's nice, and we had a nice little sayonara prayer for him. We stood outside in the rain at night, and we just kind of said our amen and goodbyes. And so we went out, and he found himself another pet dog, and it was all fun and dandy, but then again, dogs are stupid. And so it got killed by another creeper explosion, and we were kind of disappointed again. So we had another dog memorial and another dog funeral. And as you can imagine, he went out and got himself a third dog. And each dog had its own name and its own color, and, we all loved them, and they had futures bright as could be. Well, that third dog, being a stupid dog in Minecraft, went and got itself killed as well by another creeper explosion. So by the end of that server, we had almost like a graveyard of just dog bodies. And we had chests just like this with the pattern with bones of them, and it was just creepy, and it was hilarious at the same time, but it was sad because we had to do funerals. And it was right in the middle of our world, so you had to walk by it everywhere you went. It's just you walking by and oh, there's a memorial. Oh, there's a memorial. And it was depressing and awesome. But anyway, guys, episode 5 complete here. This is the cutoff point. We got ourselves a chest room, and we've got ourselves an industrial craft room now. Comment, rate, like, subscribe. I don't care. Do whatever you want. But definitely give me some feedback on the first 5 episodes of this series. I really, really do appreciate everything you guys say, and I'm going to try to incorporate it. If you guys find me skins, you guys find me designs, I will use them in my series. And, give me some pointers. If you guys think the series is worthwhile to keep on going, just kind of comment and be like, keep it going, keep it going. You sarcastic people out there that are going to post, keep it going, keep it going. You're funny, I know you're going to do it, so, whatever. Just kind of recommend what I could change or fix or whatever, because I'm new to this as much as anyone else, and, I still haven't figured out how to upload to YouTube perfectly yet, as you can tell by the 360p, which I want to change to 720 or 480, by the way. And, it's a very steep learning curve. I'm getting better. I notice that my talking is coming far more fluently. Talking to a computer by yourself is very, very awkward at first. I don't know how people get used to that, but I am finally slowly getting there. So, but yeah, guys, thank you for watching the first 5 episodes if you've come all the way. And stay tuned for more. There will be more. No matter what, there will be more of something on this channel. So, You haven't wasted your time with subscribing.